You are listening to 1252 Sports Entertainment. Parental discretion may be advised.
Woo! It's about that time. FatMike, Chicago Sports. Yeah. Finally here. Shot City Sports is right here. Updates on news, get it here. No rumors, cause we keep it real. FatMike. Sit back, relax, sugar beer one of them nights.
Hey, this is Carmen DeFalco from ESPN Chicago, and you're listening to the FatMike Sports Show.
Hey, this is Dave Richard from CBS Sports, and you're listening to the FatMike Chicago Sports Show.
Hi, this is Jesse Rodgers from the FatMike Chicago Sports Show.
Hey everyone, I'm Scott Merkin, the longtime Whitesox beat writer for MLB.com and proud graduate of the University of Michigan. You're listening to me on the FatMike Chicago Sports Show.
This is Chuck Arfine, and you are listening to the FatMike Chicago Sports Show. It's the best.
Hey, what's up? This is Greg Braggs Jr. from Braggs in the Stands, and you're listening to my guys on the FatMike Chicago Sports Show. Boom!
Hey everyone, Freddie Hubner from ESPN 1000. Great to be on the FatMike Chicago Sports Show. I'm Dan Zaborski, senior writer for Fangraphs, and you're listening to FatMike Chicago Sports Show.
I'm JJ Stankovitz from NBCSportsChicago.com and the Undercenter podcast, and you're listening to the FatMike Chicago Sports Show.
Hey Sparkle, you know what I listen to? It's the FatMike Chicago Sports Show with my guy, Fat Mike. If you listen anywhere else, no jock. Listen to Fat Mike. He's the best.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another FatMike Chicago Sports Show. We are back, and we are back in action. I'm excited about tonight. Not only am I here, but my heterosexual life mate and counterpart co-host, my man Angelo Ace Camacho, is with us as well. Angelo, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
What's up, Mike? It's been a while, man.
It's been a minute, man. It's been too long. It's been too long. But we're back tonight, and that's all that matters, man. That's right. All that matters.
That's right.
A lot of stuff hitting Chicago.
And what a night to pick to come back, huh?
Oh, my goodness, man. I have been I've been a glass case of emotions, all right, over the last 2 days, 3 days.
I think you shattered that glass case.
I definitely shattered that glass case.
For sure.
I'm so fed up with this shit that's going on here in Chicago, especially with this Bears team right now. But not only that, we got other stuff that we got to hit on, man. And that's not only just Bears here. We got the Blackhawks starting tonight, which I'm super excited about. They actually just puck dropped. I think it's already dropped now. 7 o'clock was puck drop. Earlier today it was they had the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins on. I was watching a little bit of that, eating some frozen pizza like a fat tub of shit. But, I mean, that was fun.
Hey, watch what you say about James Harden. Okay?
Oh, I know, right? James Harden. Everybody's all upset because I keep on fat bashing James Harden. Well, let me tell you something, James Harden. If you put down the fucking cupcakes in the Houston barbecue down there, maybe you wouldn't have gained 45 pounds and start looking like Fat Mike, you fat tub of shit. Are you kidding me? Sweet Pete. He looks like he ate like 4 basketballs, bro.
He looked like he ate James Harden.
Yes,
that's what he looks like.
Yeah, and James Harden and a basketball.
Well, anytime there's James Harden, you know the ball's in his hand, so of course that got eaten too. So,
oh my Lord, man, dude, that trade is unbelievable, man. The Brooklyn Nets giving up 4 first-round picks to pick up a fat James Harden. I wonder what ESPN would trade for me.
How long is Kevin Durant signed on that team?
I have no idea, man. I mean, that's something that we'd have to ask Salim, our guy over at Bulls Gold. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Salim at Bulls Gold. If you guys aren't watching him and listening to his podcast, you guys are missing out. That guy knows basketball like the back of his hand. And Angelo, I mean, you're a testament to it, man.
Yep, I've had him on
your show. I've had him on my show. That guy knows more basketball than anybody I know.
Yeah,
I mean,
he loves the Bulls.
He's just on the ball. He loves the Bulls.
Yep.
And it's a fun time to be with the Bulls here, man.
It's better than being a Bears fan right now, right?
It's not fun. We'll get to that. That's pretty much going to take up the predominance of our show, man. But the Bulls don't look half bad.
No,
they really don't look half bad. I like what I see out of them. I've watched them a few games here and there, and they look good, man. I like them. I like what Billy Donovan's doing. I like the transition from Jim Boylan to Billy Donovan. That helps tremendously. I like Arturas Karnisovas. It seems like he wins every single conference, unlike the Bears do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about the Bulls here. And like I said, man, not only that, but the White Sox are making some moves, picking up stud reliever out of Oakland, Liam Hendricks. That's a big move, man.
Yeah, the White Sox, I think it's man, I don't know if they were to add one more starting pitcher, let's say Trevor Bauer happens to go to the White Sox.
Dude, if Trevor Bauer goes to the White Sox, I'm putting money on that team to win.
Without a doubt.
Immediately. They'd be the team to beat in the AL.
Absolutely. They have the bats.
At least
already.
I think anyways.
Well, they have the bats, and then you add that kind of pitching behind it, you know.
The one thing that bothers me about that White Sox team, and I've even called out the guys over here on Barstool Chicago. I go everywhere, man. I listen to ESPN 1000 every day of my life. I listen to ESPN, Barstool Sports Chicago, the Red Line Radio all the time. I listen to these guys all the time, dude. All right. And last year when they picked up Yasmani Grandal, I didn't understand the move because I've seen Yasmani Grandal. I've seen him, when the Cubs played the Dodgers and stuff like that all the time. And like I said, I'm a big, avid baseball fan, man. Everybody knows this. Baseball is my 1A, okay? I used to watch all those games, like the late-night Wednesday night game. And I'd watch him, and it's like, I don't see anything special with this guy besides the fact that he can frame a pitch. Honestly, he don't fucking hit.
Yeah.
Yasmani Grandal don't hit. And when I was talking to those guys over there at Redline Radio, excuse me, really quick, when I was talking to those guys over at Redline Radio about they were so happy was White Sox Dave and Barstool Carl and all those guys. I asked them, I was like, where are you going to bat this guy in a team full of DHs? Now, this is before that was an actual thing, when everybody was like, oh, man, where are we going to bat this guy? And they said that they were going to bat him either 1 or 2. And I was like, you guys are out of your fucking mind. Do you even know baseball? Why would you put that guy at the top of your order? And now I've seen an early projection of the White Sox here, and I still see that guy sandwiched between 2, 3, 4, and 5. I wouldn't bet that guy anywhere near the middle of my order. Anywhere near it.
I mean, why would you, though? The White Sox have enough guys that should be able to fill all the meat of the order. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Why put him? He's definitely more of like a 7-8 type of hitter, especially on this team, you would think, right?
I would imagine, but I know one of our buddies in the chats here, Chris Gonzalez, is with us. He's a big Sox fan, man. He writes over at Bears Barroom from time to time about the White Sox. He covers the White Sox pretty good. There's actually a really funny picture, Angela. I'll actually have him send it on over if I can find it, or if he can find it. I guess somehow, some way, he knows Jim Thome. And Chris is a little guy, man. He's a little dude. He's funny as shit. I like Chris. But this picture next to Jim Thome looks like Shaq. It's the white version of Shaq. It's hysterical. It's like Shaq and Kevin Hart, man. It's funny as shit. But it is cool. But he's a big Sox guy, and I just don't understand. Like I wish he would chime in here a little bit because he's kind of staying stagnant, or the Facebook videos loading goofy. I don't understand why they have so many DHs. They got to do something. Eloy Jimenez, we had Freddie Hubner on with us a few months back, man. That fucking guy cannot play left field or right field or the field, period.
That's the best part about the baseball season is this dude falling into the nets, man.
Oh, my God.
Just looking like he's on Alaskan Wild or whatever.
Yeah, he looks like he's a caught tuna. Yeah, he looks like he's a caught tuna. And watch him try to get out of the net. It's the funniest shit. It's not even him going into the net. No. You hope to God that the guy's okay as he falls into the net.
Yep.
All right, you really do. But him trying to get out of the net is the funniest shit I've ever seen in baseball. That beats Jose Canseco's ball off the head over the fence for a homer. That was some of the funniest. And Freddie Hubner, speaking of, again, our guy over at ESPN 1000, Fred Hubner, having him talk about it and how he plays his video game, he plays MLB The Show, about one day he fractured his skull in the video game by stealing second base with Eloy Jimenez.
Oh yeah, I remember him telling us.
And he's out for the year. He's and then everybody was like, "Oh, just restart the game." He restarted the game, and then what happened to him?
Yeah, then he got hurt, right?
Yeah, something else happened. He was out for another extensive part of time.
Mm-hmm.
Just funny as hell, man. But no, this Sox team, they're going to be dangerous, man. They're going to be a very, very, very dangerous team. Yeah. All right, they do have to figure out the pitching, but I mean, Hey,
that
man.
team and the
Giolito,
Padres, man.
Giolito, Keuchel, those are two big 1-2s. I don't know where the hell they're going to put Kopech, if Kopech even comes out.
Right.
You know, I mean, how do you feel about it, Angelo? What do you think about this White Sox team?
As a Cubs fan, personally, it makes me sad because the Cubs were once this hyped, you know?
Right.
We were on this, man, the Cubs are going to be so good and this and that. My uncle's a big Sox fan. I don't like the Sox, but I love my uncle. It's cool to see him be able to get excited again about a team. I think this White Sox team and the Padres are going to be real good baseball for a long time. I think the AL is going to be really fun and enjoyable to watch the next 5-6 years.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, this team is good. And Chris brings up another good point here. Oh, we got Matt Nagy joining. All right, here we can check this out. Matt Nagy's joining. Fuck you, Matt Nagy. We'll get to you soon. All right. If that is him, I hope it is him.
It'd be awesome.
Breaking news, guys. Dun, 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 dun.
Matt Nagy. Oh, Nick Foles. Duh. Because Trubisky won't be on the team.
This fucking clown shoe. I don't know who this is, but I'm already upset.
I love it. No, I love it.
I love it too. It's funny.
I hope it is Matt Nagy.
I hope it is too. Matt Nagy, you suck balls and you should be fired. But anyways, Chris brings up a good point here with what you call it in here with Dylan Cease. I like Dylan Cease too. Dylan Cease is a stud. He's a good player, that kid, man. I really do like what I see out of that kid too. You know, kid throws smoke. The thing that you and I were talking about though prior to this, Angelo, was what you call it. When we had Carmen on the last time, we were talking about Adam Eaton.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think that is a very, very, very underrated signing. I know a lot of people don't like him because he's kind of a jag bag. I guess he has that reputation around the league, and that's cool. You know, I get it. And listen, let me tell you something about Adam Eaton, though. The guy's a fire starter, okay?
Yeah.
He's an absolute fire starter. Yep. He's not going to be that guy that's, you know, hugs, kisses, babies. That's not his MO. All right, he's going to go on out there. He's going to get a slap hit down the baseline. He's going to yuck it up when he gets the first base, and then he's going to steal second base.
Yep.
And he's going to make that smart-ass move to get the third, and he's going to tag up the right way to get home. He's that type of guy. And let me tell you something. The Washington Nationals would not have won the World Series without Adam Eaton. That's a goddamn fact, man.
And that's a good guy.
That's as much as I hate him, as much as I want to punch him in the face.
Right. He's got
a good ball player, man.
He's got jerk face, kind of like Cutler, right?
Yeah, he's got a jerk face.
Now, adding a guy like Adam Eaton was a smart move. One, because you're gaining a smart player, but two, you're also gaining that playoff and championship experience, right?
Right.
This is a young White Sox team. You bring a guy like that in who can help these younger guys manage and navigate their way through a postseason. I think not only on the field, but I also think in the clubhouse, it's a really smart ad.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. I like the kid, man. I really do. I mean, he's not a kid. Adam Eaton, the guy's a gamer, man. He's a good player.
He's a man.
He's a real good player. He's a man. He's 40.
Yeah. Oh, man. You know what, though? As much as I'm happy for Sox fans, just the downfall of the Chicago Cubs has really – yeah, man.
Listen, I give news on the other side of town, man. Schwarber's obviously gone. Lester's not here.
Nope.
They don't look good, man. No. Rumors going around with Wilson Contreras being shopped. It's looking pretty bleak for our Chicago Cubs here, Angela. I was looking at their starting lineup for the starting rotation, and that didn't look good at all. I was like, who the hell are half of these guys? I mean, when you got Albert Alzolay starting in your fucking staff at like the 3 or 4, there's a problem, right? There's a big problem here. But real quick, before we dive into some more stuff here, guys, I do want to play a quick little thing here from our sponsors over at Firehouse Subs. Thank you, Firehouse Subs, for being a part of the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show. You guys do kick ass, and we appreciate everything you guys do. Make sure you guys go eat at Firehouse Subs. It's a great place. I get the Fat Mike is what I call it. It's this big roast beef sandwich on garlic bread, loaded with melted mozzarella cheese, jalapenos, and sriracha sauce, and it's baked. It's badass. But real quick, a quick
roast beef sandwich and baked. I see.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. So real quick, a quick little word from Firehouse Subs. Firehouse Subs family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, and meaty subs you crave every single day. It's never been easier to grab their subs on the go for you or your entire family. With Firehouse Subs Rapid Rescue to Go, you can order online or on the Firehouse Subs app, and they'll have your subs boxed, bagged, and ready for pickup at their designated to-go areas. No crowds, no lines, no waiting, no problem. Or get Firehouse Subs delivered right to your door with your favorite delivery app. Remember, Firehouse Subs was founded by firefighters, so being there to help serve their community, it's in their DNA. Plus, you can still order a variety of cold subs, salads, and dessert catering platters for groups as small as 5. And when you order in Firehouse Subs app, you'll earn points you can redeem for free food like meal upgrades and free subs. A portion of every Firehouse Subs purchase goes towards providing life-saving equipment for first responders. This year, the contributors from Firehouse Subs and their suppliers will total a minimum of $1 million to support first responders via the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation. So guys, go on in, get your Firehouse Subs, be there, they're the best, and this is coming from a fat guy, so you know they're the best. So eat Firehouse Subs. All right, and that's our little promo from Firehouse Subs. They do kick ass. Again, enough with the Firehouse Subs shit. We got a visitor joining us, man. We got a visitor joining us, Angelo. It's our buddy Chris Gonzalez coming on and talk a little bit of White Sox before we start breaking down Bear stuff. Okay. So bring him on and talk some White Sox. Chris, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, FatMike. How you guys doing?
Same shit, different pile, man. Same thing every day. So you made a quick little comment in the chat room here, Chris. You said, let me throw a quick name at you. Instead of Eaton, I'd like a bold trade to have Michael Conforto. I like Conforto. He's kind of the same player, though, Chris. When you boil it down, they both hit roughly around the same. And not only that, but I think that you have more stolen bases out of Adam Eaton. All right, Adam Eaton, I like this guy, man. I know it didn't pan out with him at first over there in Chicago, and you guys got a nice haul back for him with Lucas Giolito, and there was another guy that came along with that trade. Help me out here, Chris. Who else came with that trade?
Say that again. Sorry, you were cutting out there.
That trade. It was Lucas Giolito and somebody else that you guys got for Adam Eaton.
Ronaldo Lopez.
Ronaldo Lopez. There you go. Yeah. So there you go. I mean, the trade did work out for you. Okay. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on the White Sox season? We know that you cover the White Sox. What are your thoughts on this year coming up?
Well, the only reason why I bring Conforto as a name is we don't know his full potential yet, and he's just entering, I think, 27. I mean, the prime of his career, we don't know what his potential could be in a stacked lineup, you know, if he came to Chicago. Now, the only perspective I see about it is Boris is his agent, and he's on a contract year, so Jerry would have to pay for him to get him over here. So, you know, I'm content with Adam Eaton, but I really wanted, you know, a better, you know, production. Like Springer would probably be too much money, but I really want a solid outfielder as your corner piece in the outfield. They're doing a hell of a job with getting their pitching. Hendricks, huge move. You know, he's what?
Yeah,
the best
Liam Hendricks is a big move.
Best closer in the game right now. I mean,
yeah, Liam Hendricks is a big move. And listen, there's a reason they probably didn't go after him, Chris. And that reason probably is like kind of what I said. Conforto's been up and down up there with the Mets. Adam Eaton is a pretty much stagnant base player. He's going to get you consistency throughout the year. All right, that's how I think about Adam Eaton. Although the guy's a jagbag, and I know a lot of people don't like him, all right, that's what he is. He's a product of consistency. He's going to swipe bags. He's going to hit a couple homers here and there, and he's going to get on base. The guy's on base percentages kick ass. All right, while Mike Conforto is up and down player, and it has been with the Mets for a while. One thing I will say about the White Sox this year is they're spending money where they need to spend money. And that's one thing that Jerry's been doing good. Now, Jerry being Reinsdorf for you guys that you guys don't know. But, yeah, Jerry's been spending, man, so you got to give it to him. Sox are looking good.
Yeah, without doubt. I mean, like I said, Conforto, he's really excelling the last 2 years if you look at the stats on the kid. And, you know, it's an underwhelming Mets team that he was on. So, I mean, who knows? But, you know, at the end, you're probably going to see the White Sox platoon Eaton and Engel, depending on the matchup.
Right.
But, yeah, at the moment, for DH, what are you going to do? Are you going to go for a guy like Brantley? Or, you know, some people think or do not believe that Andrew Vaughn is ready for the majors. It's hard to tell at this point. I mean, I understand why you might want to push time away from him so you can get control on him, on this deal. But from what I've seen is he was raking in the minors, in spring training. But yeah, he does need some more time. So are you going to sign, Brantley for 1 year, 2 years, a stopgap, for him in there?
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's real tough. It's real tough. Chris, I'd like to keep you on, man. We'll definitely bring you back for more Sox stuff in the future, man. Until then, we will talk to you soon, my friend. Thanks for joining us. I do appreciate it, dude. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me, Mike. Appreciate it.
Later, brother. All right, Chris Gonzalez, man, big Sox fan. Like I said, he does write for Bears Barroom. They're good people over there. Go check that out. We got other shit to cover, man. It's not just baseball here. We spent a half an hour already on baseball. We got fucking football to talk about here. All right, and I don't want to talk about it, Angelo. We do have Eric Lambert from Sports Mockery joining us here soon, which I'm excited about. Eric joined us throughout the football year for Talking Football on 1252, which was awesome. I mean, listen, I like Eric. Like I said, some of the things he gets a little outlandish on, but I could see where he's coming from. All right, but sometimes I just want to throw my fucking phone at the wall after I read one of his articles.
Well, speaking of throwing a phone at the wall, the obnoxious rhetoric that was coming out of Hallis Hall today it's such a slap in the face.
Yeah, dude.
To every single person who has spent money on anything Chicago Bears related. I understand 100% continuity. I get it. You look at a team like the Steelers, right? Consistency in the coaching staff, it's done well for them. Or, like the Patriots, right? But here's the thing. Those guys are consistent because they're winning.
Yep.
Ted Phillips said some dumb shit today about how we like the culture of the team. Well, it's a good culture and other teams wish they had our culture. That's awesome, right? But your culture could be fantastic. Y'all could be sitting around a campfire, singing Kumbaya, holding hands, kissing babies. I don't care. But if you're not winning football games, then what culture are you setting? Because as soon as this thing goes downhill, imagine if they didn't finish 8-8, right? Like, let's just say that 5-1 record was a 2-3 to start. Do you think a 2-3 on top of that, a 6-game losing streak, this team would have been as peaceful as they were? Hell no. Winning is the culture.
Should be.
It should be.
It definitely should be. Listen, I called in into Cap and J Hood this morning. All right. And the one thing that baffles me, man, ever since Sunday and all that happened, right? Ever since all that happened, I was sitting there after the brutal loss to the Saints, where the fucking Bears lose 21-9 or whatever it was. Yep. Actually, 20. I'm not counting that.
21-3.
It was 21-3.
Yep.
All right, but I'll give whatever. 21-9 was the final score, right? All right. After that happened, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I
was able to breathe, dude. I was like, all right. I'm like, now we start. We're starting the offseason now.
Yep.
We're getting to it. Pace is gone. Nagy's gone. We're getting shit done. At the minimum, Pace is gone, right?
Yep.
I wake up Monday morning thinking I'm going to go on Twitter. Everybody's fire sailed, right? Not a goddamn thing.
Nope.
About noon rolls around. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I'm like, what is going on here? I hit up a few of my people on the inside, and I hit them up. I was like, hey, man, are you hearing anything? And the one person specifically told me, and I want to say it word for word what he said. He says, no, man, it's real quiet up here. And the lack of talk up here makes me doubt that anything will change.
Ding, ding, ding.
This is at like 11:30 on Monday morning. I was livid. I'm like, oh, no. And this guy, he's like, Angela, you and I have spoken to him off the air and stuff like that. I mean, you know who I don't want to throw him under the bus because he's good people. You know what I mean? But I was like, you got to be kidding me. All right. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe it's just hush hush. They're just trying to keep everything under wraps. About 3:30 rolls around yesterday afternoon, and I'm hearing all this shit go across Twitter, all over my Facebook. They're retaining Nagy, and they are retaining a Pace. I'm livid, dude. I'm fuming. Fuming. Because what this show, and then not only that, this fucking stupid goddamn press conference this morning, right? This stupid press conference this morning, all they're doing is feeding down your throat that it's okay to be mediocre here in Chicago, and it's been okay to be mediocre in Chicago for 35 years.
Yep.
That's what they're feeding you. It's okay to suck.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's exactly what they're saying. It's okay to suck. We'll figure it out. As long as, like you just said, as long as we're buddies, we're cool.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that, man. I don't want to hear that. All right, I'm going to say it just like I said it on Cap and J Hood this morning. With them not doing anything, they're saying it's okay to strive for mediocrity. I already said that. But the thing is this, on Monday or whatever it was, the season-ending fucking interview, right? Matt Nagy said, we know what our identity is. But he didn't tell us our identity.
Nope.
So what is our identity? The identity of this team is that they suck. Plain and simple. That's the identity of this team. And that this team is nothing but garbage. And the people up, the higher ups, all that other good stuff have no clue.
Yep.
What the fuck they are doing. Plain and simple. They don't know what they're doing.
So they were talking a lot during all this shit before it happened about how, like, you know, on all the radio stations, about how you need to get somebody in there who knows football, right? Obviously, Ted Phillips is the president, and everybody thought for sure that he was at least going to be moved or retire or whatever, right? And they were going to bring in a football guy. And then during the press conference, McCaskey goes, "Oh, well, Ted and I don't handle football operations. We leave that to Ryan and Matt." And then literally, like, the very next thing he said was, "Well, contracts, extensions, and that kind of talk is Ted's job." What?
Right.
What do you mean? Either the guy's involved in the football ops, right, or he's not.
Right.
I would have been happy. I wouldn't have been happy, but I would have settled with, sure, keep Pace, keep Nagy. You want to keep them on the same timeline, whatever. But bring somebody in to evaluate those two who knows football, a president of football ops that can go to them and be like, "Hey, listen, this is the year. We're going to evaluate, see where we're at. Give me your ideas of what you want this team to look like going forward. We'll reevaluate at the end of 2021, 2022.
Right.
Nothing happened. Ryan Pace's record as the general manager of the Chicago Bears is 42-54. Right? The first year,
fucking joke, dude.
The first year they were 6-10. The second year, 3-13. The third year, 5-11. And then they had the miraculous then they had the miraculous 12-4 season, right? And that is where everything got screwed up.
Oh, you're talking about the Mitch Pro Bowl year.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl Mitch year. Yeah,
Pro Bowl Mitch year.
Truthers.
Yeah.
The truthers hold on to that year, Mike, with a lot of
Pro Bowl Mitch year.
Yeah. That year screwed everything up. You know why? Because that year they were like, "Oh, we're set. We're set. We don't need nothing else. Stick on this path. We made it to the playoffs. Boom." Then they were 8-8 and 8-8. And they weren't even a good 8-8. They were a shitty, average, below average 8-8 team.
Yeah, they beat a bad Bucks team like a fucking snare drum.
Yeah.
All right. You know, like that happens. Okay. Really quick, joining us, man, is our guy Andrew Tarbill. He's hopping out with us. I want to hear his thoughts too. Andrew Tarbill, what's up, homie? What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, fellas? How you doing? Can you hear me?
What's up, man?
Good, man. Good. Same shit, different day, just like always. How you doing? How you feeling about this Bear stuff today?
You know, I watched the conference today. About an hour was all I could stand to watch of it. Horribly disappointing news out of Hallis Hall.
Yep.
It's the same exact rhetoric that we've been getting as Bears fans for the last 10, 15 years.
Yep.
No transparency whatsoever.
Nope.
Completely closed door. And my thoughts are just you can't do the same thing year over year and expect new results. And it's absolutely crazy to see them moving on with both Matt Nagy and Pace.
Right.
Go ahead, Angela. I'll let you go first on this one. Go right ahead.
So after last season, McCaskey said what? That they were going to reevaluate and they were going to see if this Bears team was closer to the 2018 Bears or the 2019. You got your answer, man. You have the same exact record. The same exact team came back.
Right.
If not worse.
Right. And what that boils down to is exactly what I was saying earlier, man. This team's identity is that they suck. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Matt Nagy couldn't coach himself out of a fucking wet paper bag. Okay. That's I believe that to be true. I believe that Matt Nagy is a shit for brains dipshit. Plain and simple. All right.
Yes.
I believe that Ryan Pace is a fucking meathead too. All right. And the fact that we're moving on into another year with these two shitheads, it solidifies, all right, concrete etched in stone like Moses on the fucking template, all right? Like legit, dude. It solidifies that George McCaskey and Ted Phillips are not football guys. Plain and simple, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing either.
110%.
They don't know what they're doing.
Bro.
And it goes all the way down from 2000 and even before this. All right, but 2017 in that draft by moving up to grab a quarterback who started fucking 13 games at a Division II school in North Carolina.
So Ryan Pace, when he came on, his first ever interview, press conference, whatever, he said what? We are going to draft a quarterback every single year.
Drafted
one quarterback, and that was his third year as the general manager. One quarterback.
And now there's nothing out there for this team at this point. My idea, what I want to see happen with this team, man. All right. Excuse me again. What I want to see happen with this team, now there's some big guys coming out in this year's draft that could actually help the Bears. All right. I was all about last year going out and getting Ezra Cleveland, going out and getting Lloyd Cushenberry, one of those two guys at your 43rd pick instead of the fucking umpteenth tight end that you didn't need, which is turning out to be a decent pick.
Right.
Okay. I'm not upset about it. But did you need him to sit on the bench for 6 weeks?
No.
Did you need him to be non-existent for 8 weeks? No, you didn't. All right, when you could have drafted either Ezra Cleveland or Lloyd Cushenberry to solidify your O-line and plugged and played him immediately to help your team out from day one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
then
absolutely.
you could have had somebody like Chase Claypool, or you could have had somebody like KJ Hamler.
Yep.
Or you could have had somebody, you could have had some big name wide receivers that were there to help you, because now we're in this situation where they're fucking over A-Rob.
Well, he's going to be back. They're going.
He's not going. There is no fucking way he's going to be back.
They're going to franchise tag him, man.
It doesn't
he's
matter.
the best player on the team.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead and franchise tag him. I ain't
He'll
playing.
sit out. He won't play. I mean, that's what. But
Franchise
he's
tag
not
him,
going to
great.
go anywhere. He's not going to go to another team. I just that's the other
I don't know,
thing, man.
The Bears aren't going to pay somebody $18 million on a franchise tag to sit and ride the fucking pine.
I mean,
that's not going to happen.
Maybe
That's not going to happen. So now this year, what I want to see this year, there's a couple big guys out there. I don't know. If with that number fucking 20 pick that they have, I would try and cheat the NFL draft and be like, hey, can I have everybody on the Alabama offensive line pick, please? Because each one of them is 6'6", 350 pounds plus. That's the guy that's the team I want. All right, but watch them.
You know what they're going to do.
Words. Mark my fucking words. I was telling you about this earlier. They are going. I wasn't talking to you about it, Ed. They're going to draft Mac Jones.
Yeah, they are. Of course they are.
They're going to draft Mac Jones, and you're going to have a real hard hit realization that Mac Jones, okay, although a very good quarterback down there in Alabama, all right, he's a very good quarterback down there in Alabama because he has fucking 5 Oldsmobiles blocking for him.
100%.
That's exactly what it is. And up here, he doesn't have shit blocking for him.
I just don't understand. You let a guy like Ryan Pace, right? He screwed up with Trubisky. Not only did he screw up, you and I were talking about this earlier in the day, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
He traded draft equity to move up one spot for him, right? And then he was so convinced that Trubisky was the guy after one season that he went out and traded for Khalil Mack, which great trade. I love Khalil Mack, right? But by doing that, you were saying Mitch is the guy. We're ready to win. They weren't ready to win. Mitch wasn't the guy. So you lost 2 years of good draft equity. Not that he would have fucking hit on it anyways, because Ryan Pace is terrible at drafting first and second round talent. But this idea of letting Ryan Pace draft again blows my fucking mind, man.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Like, you're going to let a guy ruin your franchise. He's going to want to get a quarterback, right? Because that's the only way to save his job.
Right.
Is to draft a quarterback that's going to be a difference maker. The only way they're going to do that is by getting into the top 10.
Yeah, I don't think they can. I don't think they will.
I hope they can't.
Yeah,
because
me too.
He's going to have to fucking mortgage everything to get to the top 10.
Well, it's the same thing that the rumors that are going out there with Deshaun Watson. Would I like to see Deshaun Watson be in a Bear uniform? Yeah. Of course I would.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think? Of course I would. I'd like to see 31 other quarterbacks in a Bear uniform besides the fucking 2 that we have.
Yeah.
And that's legit. I can name all 32 quarterbacks that I'd rather have besides the 2 that we have. All right. And it starts with the guy up there in Green Bay that I'd start for starters. Okay. As much as I fucking hate it, the guy's great. Yeah. All right. But listen, man, what it boils down to is, like I said, they're going to fuck this up. And you're going to let these guys do another draft to fuck this up. That's what blows my mind. And that's what pisses me off to no avail.
So, Tarbo, how do you feel about Matt Nagy? Because, like, the whole time, I always thought if anybody was coming back, he would be the guy to come back, right? Just because he had 2 years left on his deal.
Contract. That's what makes sense.
Right. That, he had 2 years left on his deal. Give him one more year. What are your thoughts about Matt Nagy?
I'm not impressed at all with Matt Nagy. He came to Chicago with the offensive guru tag on his coaching resume, and the offense has regressed heavily under him. Not only that, at the end of the day, he's not even a good play caller. When you're calling fucking tight end sweep on the goal line at 3rd and 2, when your back has 100 yards in a game, that's idiotic to say the least.
Yep.
I was honestly hoping that they would have moved forward with Pace and gotten another head coach personally. I don't think that that's the right group to have in Chicago with Pace and Nagy. And unfortunately, as Angelo said, the issue we're going to have is they're going to draft a quarterback, and more than likely it's going to be Matt Nagy's guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Matt Nagy's guy was Nick Foles, and we saw how that worked out for us over the course of a 6-game losing streak. So,
I want to say this too. Tarbo, you bring up a good point. Okay, now I see this shit all the time too, especially from a couple of the people that I follow on Twitter, people that I know that I've actually had very extensive conversations with. I'm not going to name names. All right, but these guys are diehard Mitch nutbags and Mitch Truders and stuff like that. The thing that bothers me is this. All right. Is that everybody's going, Mitch this, Mitch that, Mitch this. Mitch played Detroit, Minnesota, Atlanta, Houston, Green Bay twice. All right. Detroit twice. Listen, Green Bay's defense is sorry to say the least. Yep. Detroit's defense has been dog shit all year. Mm-hmm. Minnesota, they traded away like a 3rd-round pick to grab a guy and then traded them for a 5th-round pick. All right? Like, that's how bad that defense is. Atlanta Falcons, listen, the 3 of us could get, 7 other guys or, 8 other guys and team up and beat the Atlanta Falcons. All right?
Possibly.
Like, that's how bad that defense was. All right? But look at who Nick Foles played. Nick Foles played the Rams.
Yep.
Nick Foles played the Saints.
Yep.
Nick Foles beat the Bucks. And Nick Foles played some teams,
and he was getting destroyed.
I'm not sitting here and saying Nick Foles is better.
I get it.
That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is you have to sit there. If you're going to make comparison the right way. That's what I'm saying. The teams that Mitch Trubisky played this year, had the best team that he had a ranking of, and it was the Giants, mind you. And the Giants, when we played them, were fucking terrible in week 2.
And they lost Saquon Barkley.
And they lost Saquon Barkley that game and still almost lost that fucking game. Yeah. All right. But the Giants defense was depleted that game. Remember, we had Bobby Skinner on here on the Fat Mike show with us, Angelo, and we were talking. They were pulling people out of fucking Subways to go play cornerback for them.
Yeah.
Legit, the guy was making sandwiches at a Subway. They're like, hey, remember you used to play? He's like, yeah, man. Well, come on. Here's some shoulder pads and a helmet. Get out there and cover Allen.
You are no longer a sandwich artist.
Yeah,
you are a cornerback.
Like, that's what it boiled down to. But you got to give it where it's due, man. Yeah, did Mitch play good? Yeah, Mitch played good. But he didn't play. He played against the Sisters of the fucking Nazarene out there.
Yeah, he played against the bottom of the league.
Right.
And when he did play, the 2 tough games that he really had was against the Packers, and the Packers defense was nowhere near great this year.
No.
And you saw exactly what they did to him. They made him play quarterback.
Yep.
You can only cut the field in half and run so many bootlegs before even a middle of the pack defense catches on to that.
100% agree, Tarbill. 100% agree. Andrew, thank you for joining us, my man. We will touch base with you soon. Hopefully you keep on listening here. We got to get ready for Eric to come on here in a little bit, man. I talk to you soon, okay?
Oh, thanks, absolutely. Tarbill. Thanks,
Andrew. Have a good one, man. Yep. Andrew, man, that guy's always listening to us. He kicks ass, man. I like Andrew a lot. He's good people.
Real quick, I want to touch on a point that that he was talking about with you guys with Mitch real quick before we bring Eric on.
Yeah.
Like we had talked before, this isn't just a Mitch thing.
No.
This isn't just a Pace thing, and it's not just a Nagy thing. This is a combined, they just don't work, right? Like, I don't know if they're too enabling of each other. I don't know what it is. I don't know if Nagy's too stubborn or is the talent on the team not there or what. But, like, this idea that, oh, well, if Nagy was gone, Trubisky would be great. Nah. Sorry, I don't buy it. Just like, oh, well, Nagy's a great caller. It's a bad quarterback. No, I don't buy it. We've seen it. None of his plays ever stack on top of each other. Right?
Right.
And Mitch is so inconsistent. It's just a bowl of shit.
It's just a gigantic big bowl of shit, and that's exactly what they've been feeding us for years, though, Angelo. That's been the Chicago Bears recipe for 35 fucking years. Yeah. Just one gigantic bowl of diarrhea.
Yeah,
they try to force feed it to us like we're babies. Yep. We know the game, we know the sport, we know what it's supposed to look like. I listened to somebody last night on Black and Abdallah. The guy was crying, dude.
I heard that.
Like,
guy. No.
Like, he was crying. Like, I'm not crying like, oh, my Bears, and just whining. This guy was like, I fucking hate this team, man. Well, like, you heard him. I feel bad for the guy. But, like, listen, man, you probably shouldn't be watching football at first. You're crying about your team in the first place. But especially if you're crying about the Chicago Bears, because, I mean, geez.
Where have you been for the last fucking 30 years?
Where have you been? Exactly.
You're just crying now? I've been crying for 30 years.
I'm done crying, man. I'm ready to fucking march Hallis Hall with torches. That's what I'm at.
Fuck going to the Capitol. We need to go to Hallis Hall, man.
Yeah.
That's where the
go to Hallis Hall. Protest there.
Yeah.
Make the Bears great again.
Bring back Brian Urlacher. No, I don't want him on the team, but
I don't care who we bring back.
It's not Pace and Nagy. That's who I didn't want them to bring back.
Just as long as we win, dude. That's the problem with this team right now. Is like I said, I was talking to my brother last night, and I told him, dude, I was like, listen, I have never been in my 33 years of existence on this planet. I have never been so angry with a sports franchise in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I 100% mean that.
Yep.
I have never been so disgusted. I have never been so, what's the word? Betrayed.
Yep.
By a sports team in my entire life. Not like, and for those guys that sit there, well, they don't owe you anything. It's a business. Blah, 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 blah. Bullshit.
We make them that.
We make them that fucking money. $500 million a year that the Bears make off of fan money. $500 million.
Yep.
And you're gonna sit there and tell them that they don't owe us anything? They owe us more than fucking 8-8. Let me tell you. And they owe us more competency than what they've been giving us over the last 35 years.
I've said this.
One Super Bowl.
Yeah.
One Super Bowl win. What is this? This is going to be what? Super Bowl 55?
Yep.
You have one Super Bowl win in 55 years of Super Bowl existence. That's fucking pathetic, Chicago Bears. That's simply just not good enough.
No.
You've got to be fucking kidding me with that.
They've gone to the Super Bowl one time since 85.
Yeah. One. They have one playoff win in the last 10 years.
Green Bay Packers have been to the playoffs 15 times in the last, 20 years?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. And it's like you said, it's a betrayal type of feeling. I was listening to Waddle and Sylvie. I know they were only on a short show today, but
what the fuck was that about?
What, Sylvie?
Yeah,
part-time. Oh no, the short. Yeah, man. Oh, you mean like when they were only on for like an hour?
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
like, they'll be back into the commercial break. Yeah. And so like, no, it's Notre Dame.
Yeah. He gave the shout outs of like, we'll take this, take that, and we'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, wait, what? That was fast.
I'm like, yeah, that's.
I had to look at my clock again. I was like, wait, it's only 3. But anyways, like he apologized. Like, why should we have to apologize? This franchise. I live in Wisconsin. I've told you this 1,000 times.
Right.
Do you know how difficult it is to raise 2 boys to grow up and be Chicago Bears fans in the state of Wisconsin?
Oh, I'm sure. Especially when a team like that continuously wins.
Yes. It's so hard. Thank God my youngest, he doesn't really care about football yet. We watch it every once in a while, but he doesn't have any rooting interest yet. You know, and it's like,
are you gonna cry like the dude last night?
No, I'm not gonna cry, but it's like my biggest fear. Well, not my biggest fear, but somebody once asked me, you know, what if your kid is this or that? And I said, my biggest fear right now is my kid growing up to be a Packer fan, man. Like, I don't know how I would handle that. Hey, Dad, we have to talk. What? I love the Green Bay Packers. Get out of my house. Don't speak blasphemy in this house.
I'll tell you something. What's that, son? What's that? I got you this. It's a cheese head.
Oh, God, I burn it right in front of his face.
Cheese head. And then, listen, I can't even, and, listen, I talk to everybody, dude. I talk to you. I talk to my dad. I talk to my brothers every day. And I was talking to my dad the other day. I'm like, have you ever, I asked him too. I'm like, has there ever been a player that you just absolutely fucking hated to love? And he's like, yeah. He's like, plenty of it. He's like, Brett Favre. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I can see that. But like, I'm slowly starting to get there with Aaron Rodgers too, man. I really am. Because you know what? He is put on this planet to come to Chicago once a year and have Chicago come to him once a year. He is put on this planet just to make the fucking Bears
miserable.
Turf. Like, just eat turf the entire game. You know, it's sad, man. And this, we're getting a little off topic here, but it's not even funny anymore at this point. I'm the type of guy that's like, there's plenty of fans out there. As long as you beat Green Bay twice, it's a win season.
Yeah. Guess what? I'd rather lose every fucking game to the Packers for the rest of my life if that meant the Bears were going to win Super Bowls.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers is 20-5 versus the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
20-5. And I'm pretty sure 3 of those losses, at least 2 of them, he got hurt halfway through the game.
It came back. It came back to beat you.
I don't know. Like, I posted on Facebook. You seen it. Like, as much as I despise Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, I would do almost anything to have a quarterback like that on this team.
Yeah, it's tough. And then you have this shit yesterday on Carmen and Yurko with that Allen Robinson interview.
Yeah.
They specifically full-blown ask him. Full-blown ask him, who's calling plays? I have no idea, man. That's exactly what he did. He literally did one of these. I have no idea, man. Who do you think?
And then Carmen tried to follow it up with like,
what do you mean?
Mitch is the one who gets the calls in the headset? Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
That's it.
What do you mean you don't know?
What do you mean?
Like, y'all don't have meetings that say, hey, this is the game plan we're running. Like, what?
Hello? That's how bad this organization is run.
Yeah. It's just weird, man. Like, one year they're like, yeah, we really, really want to win. We're going to do everything we can to win. And then the next they do something like this, where it's like, well, we love our culture. We believe in the guys we have. We think we're going in the right direction. Yet we haven't done anything in 2 years.
Culture with this team, dude. There is no culture with this team. I'm so sick of hearing that.
So I got in an argument today with a guy on Facebook. I know I shouldn't do it. I hate doing it.
Do it. Did you invite him on?
I did. He didn't jump on, but I invited him.
Pussy. What's his hashtag name?
I don't know. I kind of lost it.
We're calling him out. Let's call him out.
But hold on. I'll look for it. But anyways, he was talking about how his name was Antoine Smith. He's talking about how the Ryan Pace, we're too hard on him. He's had really great drafts, right? So real quick, here's 2015, the first 2 picks, right? Kevin White, Eddie Goldman. Goldman is still on the team. Well, kind of. He didn't play this year, right? Then there was Hronis Grasu. Jeremy Langford. Adrian Amos. And
Adrian Amos is a stud.
Tavo Fabelushi, or whatever his name is. I forget how to say his last name. Amos is good, but he's not on the team anymore.
Nope, you let him go to the Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
Good job.
The next year, they drafted Leonard Floyd. Busted for the Bears, at least.
Yep.
Cody Whitehair, who's proven to be a serviceable person, right? Jonathan Bullard. I don't think he's on the team anymore.
I don't even know who he is.
Nick Kwiatkowski.
I like Nick Kwiatkowski.
And then
he's gone.
The next year, that was the real great year. Mitch Trubisky and Adam Shaheen.
Yeah,
baby. And then they got Eddie Jackson and Tariq Cohen.
That is a good draft, though. Dude, I mean,
the dude is phenomenal in the 4th round and on. He's fantastic.
All right, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Where do you think Mitch goes? And if he goes anywhere, do you think he's a starter on another team?
So I'm really kind of glad you asked that question. I think it would be interesting to see him go to Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger's getting old, right? He's got maybe 1 more year left. I think that's a good system. I think it's a good culture for him to go into. I think they have the weapons that he would need. I'm not saying he'd be Aaron Rodgers, but I think we've seen that if you put the right system and pieces, around him, that he's serviceable.
Well, he would definitely have a lot more talent out there than he has here.
Yeah. I just think that's an interesting spot.
It all depends on what Big Ben does, though.
Right. But I mean, is Trubisky going to go anywhere and start right away? Do you really think that?
I don't think he lands another starting job ever.
Right. That's why I think somewhere like Pittsburgh, where there's an aging quarterback with no backup plan, I think that's a smart move for him.
I think if he does land a starting job, all right, it'll be very, very sparse. What's the word I'm looking for?
Kind of like that bridge quarterback.
Sparse. Yeah, he'll be a bridge quarterback.
Yeah.
He'll be like a Brian Hoyer for a year, a Ryan Fitzpatrick for a year. All right, he's not going to be the guy that you signed to a 5-year deal. I mean, that's definitely not happening.
Right.
If he goes anywhere, it's going to be on a 1-year prove-it deal.
1 or 2, yeah, with some options and stuff, yeah.
Where
do you think he'll go?
I don't know. The Bears. Yeah. They already brought back these fucking.
That would not surprise me.
Why would they not bring him back?
That would. Oh well, Mitch played well. We just have to build the offensive line around
against dog shit teams. So we're going to sign him for another year and let him see what happens.
I don't think they will, just simply because they have Nick Foles under contract still, and I just think if I was Mitch, I wouldn't want to be there. Matt Nagy has proven that he doesn't want to work with you, so why would you want to go back there?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah.
I would go somewhere where I thought I had a chance to start, like in Atlanta, if Matt Ryan gets hurt, or
Indianapolis.
like Indy or Pittsburgh, like I said, where they don't have a solid backup option, where if somebody got hurt, he would be a good backup to be able to win you games in a pinch,
Right. Yeah, I mean that's how I look at it too. I think he could be that guy that can come in. He can be your Nick Foles.
Yeah, basically.
What Nick Foles was supposed to be for us, he can be that. But going forward, I mean, the Bears, I don't know what they're going to do in this draft, man. I have no clue. You know what I mean? I know what I want them to do. All right. And I know that I said a lot of hurtful shit to a lot of hurtful people over the past 48 hours, all right, about the Bears. But I meant what I said, man. And I know I said it to you too. I am fucking done. Done.
Yeah.
Spending my money with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
I'm done. I won't buy a new hat. I won't buy any new jerseys. I'm definitely not buying any fucking tickets.
No, I wouldn't.
They have nothing on the field that wants to put me in those seats.
Yeah.
I don't want a Khalil Mack jersey. I don't give a shit.
He won't be on the team after this year. He'll play next year, but I don't think he'll be here after that.
He'll be here. He ain't gonna want. He's got guaranteed money.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I would look to try to get it.
There are pieces that now I'll watch them and I'll go over what.
I'll watch them.
I'll still be a fan.
And I'll bitch and moan about them.
And I'll bitch and moan. But I mean,
next year when they're 6-6 or 4-6, and I'm like,
six a fucking pipe dream.
Damn it! Yeah, when they're 2-1 at the beginning of the season, I'll be like, oh, this team's fucking going, and then the wheels will fall off.
I'll tell you this. Oh shit! Well, I'll tell you this much too. They're only going to win maybe 4 or 5 games next year.
Yeah, here. I let's go over the schedule. Right?
Hold up.
Right. So I posted this, and this is where the whole thing started. Is I posted my prediction for the Chicago Bears next year, where I think they'll be record-wise. So they play Detroit in Chicago.
They'll win one of those.
I think the one in Chicago they'll win. They play Green Bay in Chicago. That's a loss. They play Arizona in Chicago. That's a loss. They play San Francisco. That one could kind of be a toss-up. I have it as a loss just because of the defense. I think they'll be better than the Bears' offense.
Mm-hmm.
Then they play Baltimore at home. That's a loss.
Yep.
They'll play Cincinnati at home. That's a loss.
That's a toss-up game for me. But yeah, I think they'll.
I don't know. I think if Burrow comes back healthy, they do some good stuff in the draft, I think it'll be a loss.
O-line is all line and some defense is what the Bengals need.
Yeah. The Giants, I have that as a win just because they've won last year. Cleveland at Cleveland, that's a loss.
Right.
At Detroit, I have that as a loss. That's a toss-up, but I have it as a loss. At Green Bay, that's a loss.
Yep.
At Los Angeles, that's a loss.
Green Bay and Chicago, that's a loss.
At Pittsburgh, that's a loss. At Seattle, that's a loss. At Tampa Bay, that's a loss. Minnesota in Chicago, I have that as a win. So we're looking at a 3-13 record, and people were like, "No way! They're 8-8 this year. They're going to be 8-8 at least next year." Why?
Yep.
What? The teams they're playing are good teams.
You're 8-8. You are 8-8 with this team.
Yeah.
All right, with this team, and you had Detroit on your schedule. You had Houston on your schedule. Yeah. All right, you had who else? Terrible did they fucking play in that stretch?
Atlanta lost.
Atlanta
blew a lead. They barely beat Detroit the week 1.
Right. They beat the Giants. You won against Atlanta. You beat Houston. All right. Like you beat shit ass teams.
Yes.
All right. Next year, there is no shit ass teams on that schedule.
No, there's questionable teams.
I mean, you got Detroit. You got Detroit, who sucks. Minnesota, who always plays you tough. All right.
Yep.
And maybe Arizona you might beat. Maybe. But I have a feeling Kyler Murray's going to put one in the Bears' ass.
Oh, yeah. I agree very much.
Like that. I'm saying it right now. They're going to go 4-12 next year, which is Okay with me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
This year,
the quarterback draft for next year is terrible. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not good.
I don't care.
I
don't care.
The Bears were lucky to be 8-8. Yeah, I know. Oh, well, any of those games could have went either way. Yeah, no. The Bears should have started 0-2, 0-3.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yep.
So then you're looking at a 5-win team this year? Nah, sorry. And what they kept saying in the press conference is, well, we like that we made the playoffs. Like, you didn't make the playoffs. You got lucky because they added a second team or another team to the playoffs this year. That is the only reason they got in. They didn't get in because it was normal circumstances. If it was normal circumstances, they would have lost. They wouldn't have been in.
Yep.
Oh, well, we still made it. Nah, sorry. You lost to Green Bay and made the playoffs.
Yep.
To me, that's I knew they were going to get destroyed.
Man, it's not good enough.
No,
it's not good enough. I mean, you wouldn't even sniff the playoffs if the NFL didn't expand out on another team.
Yep.
Plain and simple. You would not have done it. They backed into the playoffs and didn't make anything happen. Like, they didn't help themselves at all, period, whatsoever.
Nope.
All right. Even in the last game where you had to win to get in and depend on somebody else to lose, I think if Kyler Murray stays in that game, you're out of the fucking playoffs. Kyler Murray, that's in like the first quarter.
Yeah.
All right. Like, that's legit. Okay. I mean, Adam Slyfield says, is anybody else scared Mitch is going to go somewhere else and become a decent quarterback? Adam, no. I'm not scared of that at all.
I think Mitch will be Mitch. Mitch will be the guy we've seen for the last 4 years. He'll have bright spots, a couple flashy throws. Then he'll have throws where he completely overshoots his receiver, and he'll be 8-8.
Yeah, he'll be an 8-8 guy. He's 500 guy.
Yep, he'll have an average career. That's
and
what
I know his record is better than average.
Yeah.
What is Mitch lifetime? Let's look that. I mean, let's somebody in the chat help us out. I mean, let's see here. Mitch Trubisky, what's his record as a starter? I know it has to be better than
he is 23-18 as a starter.
Yeah, so he's a little bit above 500.
Yeah.
He's a little bit above 500. I saw a stat the other day when I was after that Green Bay game. He was what, 2 of 8 or 1 of 7 on throws over 10 yards. That simply is just not good.
Yeah. Like, and that's the thing. People back in 2018, he's a Pro Bowl. Bro, the Bears offense ranked 21st in 2018.
Yeah.
He wasn't lighting the world on fire, man.
No.
Plus, the defense was taking the ball away in prime spots for that team. Short fields and goal line stances or goal line opportunities right away. You better score in those situations.
Right. Yeah, it's a mess, man. This team is in a mess.
Yeah.
And I know how I would try and fix it, but I'm not the GM. I'm not the coach. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have no idea. I have no clue whatsoever. I mean, thank God that the NHL is coming back up. You know what I mean? I'm throwing on the Hawks here in a couple of minutes. As soon as we wrap this up, I'm throwing on the Hawks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know what happened with Eric. He was supposed to join us tonight. He's just not hopping on with us. I don't know. We'll get back to him next week.
Yeah.
All right. But thank God hockey's back. And thank God baseball's coming around the corner. Because as much as I'm a Cub fan, I can watch the White Sox.
And see, like me, I like baseball. I like basketball. I like watching basketball. Like, I don't follow basketball and the Bulls that much because of where I live. I don't get a lot of primetime Bulls games up here.
Right.
So I have to kind of follow on the ESPN app and stuff like that. But I enjoy watching basketball, like the Lakers play, the Nuggets or something like that. So I'm going to get lost in some NBA, man, and hopefully try to be in a better mood and not let this Bears team just ruin my summer.
I tried throwing on a basketball game last night, and it was just a bad idea.
Who was it, James Harden?
James Harden.
Yo, send him an email. He should totally be the spokesperson for Hardee's.
Hardy, yeah, James Hardy's Harden. James Hardy chicken noodle soup.
The monster
Carl's Big Boy
burger, yeah.
Hardy's Big Boy. So he's had about 50 of them. That fat tub of shit.
Bro, when they showed a picture of him,
I was dying.
Like the preseason, I was like, nah, that's photoshopped. It can't be real. And then I seen him. Dude, did you see what they said on ESPN with what's his face? Somebody said something like that he definitely had a meal before the game tonight.
Yeah. I know there was a rumor about him going to Philly.
Yeah.
And it says James don't need any more cheesesteaks after he was shipped on out to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You know, and this again, it just goes to show that I still fucking hate all.
I don't know if you want to put the Blackhawks game on either, though.
Oh no, what's the score of that?
3-0 at the end of the first.
All right, go Blackhawks. Well, I mean, go on.
Mike, the state of Chicago sports right now is terrible.
Hey, man.
For being such a big market city, the only team right now that has...
Why can't we beat Boston?
Shit. Why can't we beat Wisconsin?
Yeah.
At least they compete. They got
Why
the
can't we beat Boston? I mean, Boston. Think about Boston. They had all them Super Bowls. The Celtics were good there for a stretch. They're still pretty decent out there.
Yep.
All right. You got
Red
the Boston
Sox.
Bruins are always in the finals there.
Yep. They got the
Red Sox. God damn it.
Lucky.
Yeah.
What would we do if the Bears won fucking 6 championships? We wouldn't know what to do.
I would love for that to be a problem that Chicago could have.
Yeah, me too. Oh, hey, the Celtics
now,
the Bulls didn't win a championship this year, but the Bears did, so it's okay.
Bears didn't win 6 games this year. You know what I mean? Like that's the struggle that we're having now. Bears lost 6 games in a row. 6 games in a row this year.
I seen some crazy stat. I think Sylvie posted it about how like this is the first time in 17 years that New England didn't have a winning record.
Yeah.
And to find 17 seasons that the Bears had an above 500 record, you had to go back, yeah, to like the 40s, yeah, to like 1943 or something.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yep. You want to hear something even worse? The Bears lost 6 games in a row this year.
Yeah.
Right? There's only 2 other NFL teams that did that. It's the Jets and the Jaguars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the only 2 NFL teams that lost 6 games straight this year.
I got a question for you.
That's the type of company that you're in.
I got a question for you about that. Did they fire their coaches?
Yeah.
Oh, they did, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So, like, I don't know if we talked about this
Watch him
on
bring
there.
back Adam Gase as like a defensive coordinator.
I heard he might get the job in Philly, man.
That's fake news. It's fake news.
Okay, good. Because I was like,
you're going to give this fucking turd sandwich another job?
Like, I don't know if we talked about it on this show. We've been talking so much Bears, but Darren Wiederer had posted something on Twitter. Yeah, and it was like he asked McCaskey, what he saw in 2020 that was.
Oh no! What happened?
He said the 5th round draft pick of Darnell Mooney.
Right.
And then the best part was the second thing that McCaskey had said was, well, for the second year in a row, there was no finger pointing during a long losing streak. And in my head, I said, okay, that's stupid. I posted on Twitter. I love that the bright spot of that whole thing was that the losing streak wasn't the problem. The 2 big losing streaks 2 years in a row wasn't the issue. But God forbid somebody pointed a finger at somebody, and that's the real problem.
Right.
Like,
no, but let me tell you, as a fan, I was pointing fingers everywhere.
Yeah, me too.
It was mostly this finger.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was most of this finger.
Yeah.
Fuck this team. Like, I don't know, man. This team sucks, Angelo. It's going to be a long off season.
The only way that they can make this up to me is if they can get Deshaun Watson for 1 first-round draft pick.
That's not going to happen.
That's it. I know. There's no making this up to me.
That's not going to happen. I don't think he's going anywhere either.
I don't know, man. Houston's losing everybody. Harden is gone.
Harden.
Watson's about to be gone.
Deshaun Watson.
And maybe Pace has like some inside knowledge that he knows that he wants to come to Chicago, and that's what he sold McCaskey on. Hey,
you like the weatherman.
Yeah, George, you see it on Twitter. He likes the weatherman, and he really likes the food here. So we could get him if we trade 7 first-round draft picks. I think that's a good idea.
And a pizza.
Yeah.
We'll just give that to James Harden.
That's right. Yo, Harden, give us a call, man. I got marketing opportunities up the wazoo for you.
Yeah, dude. We should make a James Harden shirt.
Yeah. Put James Harden, like caricature his face as like the Hardee's logo.
No, just hard on for Hardee's. Harden for Hardee's.
I like it.
James Harden with a hard on eating a Hardee's.
Yeah, it'll be on the Hardee's box will be on it.
Right.
And he'll just be like, hey,
it's just taking a Hardee's box. There you go. All right, man. That's it. Let's wrap this fucker up.
Yep.
Thank you to everybody who joined us tonight. It was a good time. I appreciate you guys all hopping in here with us. Thank you to Andrew Tarbo hopping on with us. Thank you to Chris Gonzalez hopping on with us. Thank you to Firehouse Subs for continuing to sponsor us delinquents here over at 1252 in the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show.
Hey, Mike, you got your 1252 sweater on?
I do right here at 1252
Look at
Sports.
that. That's a nice sweater.
Yeah, baby. Yep, it's pretty dope. I like it a lot. I'm wearing it. It's cool. It's nice. It's warm. It's comfy. The pockets are nice. It has like this weird inside pocket too. It has a pocket on the inside of the pocket.
That's where you put like the remote control.
Yeah, the remote or a bag of weed. Or
oh yeah, it's legal down there. It's not legal.
Yeah,
up here.
A bag of weed or the remote and a bag of weed. It's a pretty big pocket, but yeah, you can put a lot of stuff in that little pocket. But yeah,
give one to James Harden. He might be able to sneak some chicken nuggets in there.
I don't think they make them that big. I don't think they make it out of a car tarp.
All right,
they make it out of a car tarp.
Yeah,
the girth and the length that hoodie would be.
It's got some girth to it.
Yeah, it's pretty big. So, all right, man. On that, thank you again to everybody. Firehouse Subs, thank you. And we will see you guys next week. You guys take care. Peace.